How you doing?
Home, you're finally home, coming in 2-0. Can you talk about the excitement of the home opener?
Yeah, I mean, the whole team is excited to finally be in Arrowhead. The young guys are really excited to see what it's like in the regular season, even though the preseason was just as hype. But we're excited to be home. We get to play a great opponent, and we get to go out there and represent the kingdom.
What did you notice Sunday about Eric Fisher's effort to try to get out there with you guys and play the game? And what did you notice with Cam sort of replacing him and keeping the offense still fluid?
Yeah, I mean, Fish got out there and gave it a try. I mean, and that's what all you can expect from him. If something goes wrong, it goes wrong. But he was trying to get out there and fight with the team. And then when Cam came in, I mean, that's the good thing about that whole O-line room is we got depth there that guys can come in and do their job and keep me protected. And I feel like he did a great job coming in and filling in well.
A lot happened when you guys played Baltimore last year. What do you remember? What stands out to you now about that game last year?
Yeah, I mean, they do a lot of different things. They do a lot of different things well. I think that's the biggest thing is they're very sound with what they do. They don't have a lot of breakdowns. They have a really good defense, and they have a great offense and a great special team. So, I mean, it's going to be a great challenge for us. I'm excited for the opportunity to play them at home.
Pat, Earl Thomas has said he plans to eliminate all of the big plays. Is that possible for one guy to accomplish as a free safety?
Yeah, I mean, they have a great defense, and Earl's a great player and has been a great player for a long time. So for us, we're just going to try to do our job and move the ball down the field in whatever way possible, and hopefully we'll be able to hit some of those plays.
What stands out to you, though, about watching him Thomas when you see him on film?
Yeah, he's extremely smart. I mean, obviously he's physically very gifted. He can do a lot of different things, but he's able to recognize routes and break on them fast. And so you see that type of stuff, and you think there's times where you can shoot some balls into some different seams, and then he makes plays on them. So he's a guy that's been doing it for a while now, and he has a lot of talent.
Where does that 4th and 9 throw, that conversion, rank as far as your short career and maybe some of your biggest throws?
That was probably my favorite one, just to the situation and just giving the guys a chance and Tyreek making a great play on it and then ended up winning the game at home. I mean, that pretty much gave us home field advantage last year in the playoffs and everything like that. So it was one of my favorite throws, if not my favorite so far.
Patrick, the Ravens so much composure in that moment.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know if you call it composure. I looked the wrong way first, so I just kind of made something happen after that. But just trying to find a way to win. I mean, when you're a competitor and when you play with guys they're really good, you have to find a way to get the ball out of your hand and let them make plays for you.
You won't go up against Lamar Jackson. You're obviously playing the Ravens defense, but what does it mean that you guys are kind of the young guns here? That matchup, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a great experience. I mean, we got to play last year once, and then seeing his progression with the understanding of the offense. I mean, I understand going from year 1 to year 2. There's a huge switch that you kind of start understanding the offense at a different level, and it's able to let him have success more as a passer. Which I mean, he's always had the talent, but it's about learning the offense, and he's done that now. And then obviously with his running ability, he can still do that. So it's gonna be a great challenge. Like I said, for our whole team, they're great in every aspect of the game, and I feel like we are too. So it'll be a great opponent to start off with at home.
Patrick, the Ravens are among the league leaders in quarterback pressures. They've got 43 through 2 weeks, but they don't have necessarily one guy who's just been dominated. Just what is it about their scheme that allows them to bring pressure from different places and just put more pressure on you guys to know what they're doing?
Yeah, I think it's that everyone does their job. I think that's the biggest thing with this whole team with the Ravens is that they're going to be sound with it. They're going to bring pressures, but they're not going to be breakdowns and coverages at the same time. And they understand what each guy's role is on the defense. And so it may not be one guy that they have rushing, but they have a lot of very, very good players that are going to do their job the right way and trusting each other.
A lot of deep passes are obviously necessary for arm strength, but you need accuracy to get the ball there in the right placement. Was there anything that you did this offseason to try to improve your accuracy, and how do you feel like your accuracy has grown since you got into the league?
I think the biggest thing that we did in the offseason was just throw. I think just throwing with guys more and more, you start learning where you need to put that ball at, where they like the ball the most, and you build those relationships with guys. I mean, going into to last season, I mean, I'd been with these guys, but I really didn't work with them for basically just half a year to a year. And so now just having another full off season where I was able to work with the guys and get that timing down has really translated well in the field.
Do you think your accuracy is not as valued or as talked about as maybe even you would like at this point?
I don't know. I mean, I kind of just go out there and play, and as long as you're playing football games and you're winning, usually good stuff happens.
Patrick, on that play last year, you were talking about against the Ravens. when you're just trying to make something happen, is that a down and distance and situation, or like do you make that throw if it's not in that situation?
Yeah, I'd probably only fourth down is the only time I'd ever make that throw across the field like that. I mean, I'll throw some across the field, but not just kind of chunking it down the field like that. So it's a fourth down play where we had to make something happen, and I know I'm not running for it, so I just throw it out there and guys make plays. And Tyreek came back to the ball and cut off the linebacker and made a great catch.
Pat, you're not going to have Tyreek. Go ahead, Sam.
How do you resist the urge to do it on another play?
Yeah, you just make that mistake once, and you kind of know that feeling, so you just try not to do it again.
You're not going to have Tyreek, and Eric's hurt, and the running backs are a little bit dinged up right now. A few weeks ago, this offense was at full strength. How good do you think you can be when you're not at full strength? You guys, do you have any concerns at all when some of the backup guys come in?
None. I mean, those guys have worked as hard as anyone to be ready for their opportunities, and you saw it last week with D-Rob and with McCole and those guys, and I have the same trust with everybody on this team as we put in the work this training camp, and it's everybody's getting reps, everybody's going out there and running these deep routes or running in the ball from the backfield, and I have trust that we're going to have the guys ready to play on Sunday.
Patrick, do you do anything fun for your birthday?
I had dinner on Monday night. It's kind of like my little cheat day, but yesterday I studied, so that was fun, I guess.
We saw in some social photos that Tyreek's looks like he's been able to shake the sling. Just what has he meant to the team and the wide receiver room while he's not been able to play?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to keep him off the field. Every time he's walking around the place, it seems like he's like shaking the sling or like doing whatever, and you're like, man, you got to just rest for just a second. But that's just the mentality that he has, is he wants to be out there, he wants to be competing with his brothers, and we're excited to get him back whenever that happens.
Couple more guys.
Patrick, people have talked about you coming out of the spread kind of offense, and you look around the league, a couple of injuries are the reason why. There's a couple of Washington State quarterbacks going. Mason Rudolph's going to be playing now. Baker, Kyler, you. It's kind of like you feel like your success has helped kind of people believe more in quarterbacks coming out of those systems and kind of what that could mean for the future of the National Football League?
I don't know if it's necessarily my success, but I think just the success of the offense in general, and as coaches have first kind of came into the league from air raid spread offenses or whatever you call it, and then we've intertwined that into the NFL offenses of old. I mean, I think it's kind of a mixture of that's helped other guys being able to come in the league and have success whenever they get their opportunities.
Patrick, Dustin's going to be like the all-time everything as far as playing games. Dustin, now you've probably prolonged his career because he doesn't have to punt as much with the offense here. But what have you learned from a guy like this who's been in the league and is still taking good care of himself and able to perform when called on?
Yeah, I mean, Dustin, like you said, he takes care of his body at a very high level. He gives me tips and stuff like that whenever stuff happens, or if whatever the case, he's always just giving me something. So he's a great mentor, or whatever you want to call it, to have as someone who's done it the right way and been around the league for a long time.
Tips on food?
No, tips on taking care of your body, everything. That man has a tip for everything. I'll say that.
Last one, Steve.
Patrick, week 1 it was Sammy, week 2 D-Rob. What are you telling these guys, of course, to be ready during the week? Are you saying anything like, hey, I'm going to hit you, be ready, it's going to be your turn?
I think we just kind of built that trust, as they know that if they're open, I'm going to try to get them the ball no matter who it is on the field.